All right,
Okay.
so hold on, just real quick for the recording. Reborn. I'm not judging this, by the way. I'm just, just moderating it. Um,
Yeah.
Reborn. You got part two Neji, that guy. You got five Kage Summon Sasuke. And I guess like manga, fan books, data books type shit.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Whoever wants to go first.
All right.
Do you want me to go first?
You
Because
can go
mine is
ahead.
like more. Okay. I'm gonna type in my scale chain and see if you have any contentions with it. And before we start, do you want to have like a VC judge, like in case we don't actually like reach a proper conclusion?
Yeah, that would be good, I think.
Okay, cool. So it's gonna be in evidence.
Mhm.
Okay.
When it says KCM, are you referring to KCM 1 or 2?
KCM one.
Yeah. What makes you think that Lee's relative to Guy?
It's shown in multiple panels of him just fighting alongside Guy. Do you remember the scene where he's like fighting Haku,
Yes.
like Edo Haku?
Mhm.
Yeah. So during that fight, you just see them kicking Haku at the same time and coordinating attacks. If you want me to show it, I'll like get the scan for you.
You do understand that
Or
in Naruto, often people can suppress themselves in order to work better as a team for someone who's weaker than them.
um, that's simply not needed. If you, for one, right, you don't necessarily need to suppress yourself in order to work as a team with someone. If you're so much stronger than that person, right, that the teamwork isn't necessarily needed. So in
Mm,
other words, yeah. So in other words, if Guy was just so much more faster than Lee, Lee just wouldn't be needed at all.
yeah, but it's also a part of it is the that like you said that if Lee was weaker that he wouldn't be needed. That isn't really necessarily true because like a numbers advantage is often very useful in a fight in Naruto.
Yeah, but why does that apply here though? Because, like I said before, they're already like overtaking Aku and is like taking him down. So I don't see necessarily see a reason as to why it's like crucial for Guy to like hold back his power intentionally just to match Lee so they can have a number advantage. Especially since we know that Guy isn't even using the gates.
Mm,
So it's not so he clearly doesn't see a real importance to it.
okay, so wait, are you talking about base guy here? Base guy is relative to White Mask Obito?
Yeah, I'm talking about base Guy and base Lee is like relative to each other.
So, real quick, can you show me the scan of Lee being relative to Guy? Like, show me
Guy.
the yeah.
Okay, got you. Uh, which one is it?
Which scan?
It's. I already know the scan. I have it on hand. I'm just sending it. There you go. Check evidence.
Okay. Okay, so the thing about the way that the interaction between Guy and Lee is, Guy obviously has affection towards Lee, so them working together as a team is something that Guy wants. You agree with that?
Why would having an affection with Lee or like being cool with Lee mean anything to him? You said because he would want to team up with Lee.
Yes.
Well, we know that he sometimes wants to team up with Lee. That doesn't really change the fact that Lee and Guy can still both be going all out in their base forms and still be equal.
Yeah, but my argument is he's suppressing himself to Lee's level because he wants to work together with Lee as a team.
Okay, what basis is that there to support that?
Because the fact is that Guy himself, obviously, has affection towards Lee, and so because of that, him and Lee working together would be kind of a bonding experience type thing, and that's kind of how Guy is as a character.
Okay, so we know that at the same time, Guy wants Lee to push like further to his past his limits. So I would assume that Guy would actually want to go all out so that Lee can see him as his role model and push himself even harder to reach his level. Not to mention, this is a reaction beat. Like they're both reacting.
I don't know. At the same time,
like this isn't even them like in a coordination attack together. They're just simply reacting at the same time.
All right, let me counter the first thing. So the thing is about. Okay, sorry, I got a little bit shotgun there. Can you repeat the first part of that before you said also?
Oh yeah. What I said was him simply going all out would actually be necessary because he wants Lee to push himself past his limits. So if he go extremely hard and use all of his force against another person, right, to show Lee like how strong he is, Lee would then see this and try to push himself even further beyond instead of.
All right. So let's say you're in a race, right? And the guy you're racing against is like basically relative to you in speed. If the person relative to you, or if you want to surpass the person relative to you, you would push yourself harder, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a way.
And if there is a guy who is like basically it's you versus Usain Bolt, would you want to try super hard to beat him, or would you be like, oh, I can't win, give up?
That's not in Lee's character. Whenever he sees an extremely difficult task and it seems impossible, it actually helps him fight even harder.
Okay, I can understand where you're coming from with that, but at the same time, Guy is his mentor. If he doesn't want to, if he's so far behind Guy, he can probably realize that, okay, or sorry, no, let me rephrase that. So, I understand that part of Lee's character is like fighting all against the odds, but at the same time of that, the human nature at the core is to like basically want to surpass someone who human nature at the core is to want to surpass someone who is similar to you because it's easier. Do you agree with that?
That's not in Lee's core. It could be in like a typical human's core, but you have no substantiation on why that would be Lee's.
I
In
guess that's
fact,
fair.
I would even say that it's in Lee's court to surpass the unlikely. So
Question is
this would
though.
just help my argument even more. What'd you say?
Sorry, what? I didn't hear what you said
I,
there.
s- oh, I said so. This would help my argument even more since we know that it's in Lee's court to surpass the unlikely and the impossible. Like it's just Lee's character.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I can agree that Lee himself probably would rather surpass the odds than want to
Yeah. So
go against someone. But at the same time, though, does Guy know that? Does Guy know that pushing Lee?
yes, that's
Like,
why he
no, hold
picked
on.
Lee
Does Guy know
as
that
his
pushing
mentor.
Lee, like,
Not mentor,
does Guy
but
know
his
that pushing
successor.
Lee, like, via going all out and being way above him would, like, in itself make him that way
If
rather than that? Rather than just,
yeah,
like, suppressing himself to his level?
if if the reason Guy chose Lee in the first place is because Lee simply always wanted to surpass, the unlikely, and is someone who wants to get stronger through taijutsu along in a shinobi world where ninjutsu is valued highly, I would believe strongly that Guy would basically know this, would know that Lee wants to surpass the odds.
Okay.
Because that was in Guy's character as well. Like he saw himself in Lee. Everyone saw Guy as like, the underdog, the person who can't use ninjutsu, trash, etc. So they share the same dynamic with each other. So yes, I would assume that
Then the what? What happened?
hey,
Oh,
yeah, my bad. I got a phone call.
alright. I can concede that Lee is relative to this guy specifically in this instance, but at the same time, we do know that Guy did get stronger or faster during the war, throughout the war.
What substantial evidence? So,
Well, I mean, he just kind of has better feats if you look at it. Like, if you go
in which instance?
beginning of the war, obviously you have this Haku thing, and you can see he's like basically relative to Haku here. Do you agree with that, or do you think he's like clearly above or something?
From what we've seen, he is. It seems that he's actually above him, Haku.
Okay, so but at the same time though, Haku
Mhm.
blitzed, not really blitzed, but he got in the way of Kakashi's lightning blade. Here.
Okay, that would, even if I was to accept that, that helps my argument. It just means that Haku's scales that high as well. It's this war or Kakashi.
No, I was saying that Haku
Also,
Haku
also
here.
that's Kakashi, not my guy.
So you don't think that Kakashi and Guy are relative?
Um. Well, in terms of Hack's abilities, Kakashi's relative to my guy, but I always believed that Guy was physically faster and stronger than Kakashi.
Okay, but it doesn't really matter what you believe, though.
You just asked me what I think.
Oh, well, nah, I meant like... It's hard to... Hold on. Okay, how about this? Guy, in terms of overall stats, you think he's above Kakashi? Is that true?
In terms of physical capabilities, he's above Kakashi's physical capabilities.
Okay. So why?
Also, that was 3 Tomoe Kakashi, not like him using the MS and fighting, KCM alongside KCM2, Naruto, and everyone else. That was in the MS.
But does MS like increase its travel speed?
Well, since we know it's a different variation of the Sharingan, we don't know like if it increases speed or not, so we can't really say that you can link the two. You can't say that he stays the same, nor could you say that he gets faster. So it's like in the blink.
Alright, well if we don't know, then you can't make that claim, can you?
No, it's actually your claim. You're trying to say that since essentially your whole argument is Guy got stronger over time because Haku scaled to Kakashi and Kakashi scales to Guy.
No,
right.
Sorry. I must have not substantiated correctly. What I'm trying to say here is that Guy is relative to Haku because Kakashi is relative to Haku. And Kakashi is relative to Guy. So they're basically 3 relative characters via that.
Even if I was to accept this, where does that lead to? It just means that Haku scales up there as well.
No, it leads to the fact that Obito is obviously above Haku.
Why? Because according to the feats, it seems, even if like I was to accept this, according to the feats, it seems that Haku scales to Obito by that logic.
No, do you think that Haku's at max is light speed, right? Do you agree with that?
Cross-verse terminology doesn't matter because all it just leads to is Guy and everyone else being light speed as well, or light speed.
No, I'm asking. No, deadass. Do you think that his max is light speed?
His max is light speed.
Yeah, like his max speed is light speed. Like
I don't really care to answer that question because, like I said, it doesn't really matter because if I was to scale them to each other, it just leads to them being on the same tier.
Okay, well, obviously the thing is, let me get the statement real quick.
Like I'm just saying, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, let me just get the statement real quick.
Okay. Which statement is you looking for?
Looking for the light speed ice mirror statement.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. You don't have to get it.
Alright. So, Haku is light speed by that statement. And we know that
he can move.
And we know that White Mask Obito is like you said yourself, White Mask Obito is above KCM. So, and KCM is clearly faster than Light. And so therefore
okay, I'm gonna indulge in this. Why is KCM Naruto faster than Light?
He's faster than the Raikage.
Okay, why does him being faster than the Raikage? And for one, right, that was a mentally amped KCM Naruto, by the way, but I'm not gonna indulge in that. I'm just gonna simply say, why is KCM Naruto being faster than the Raikage mean anything?
Because the Raikage...
Like, how fast is the Raikage?
He's light speed? Or he's around light speed?
Which statement?
Yeah, let me get it real quick.
Okay.
Yo, looking for something right now?
Yeah.
He's looking. I guess he's looking for a data book scan that says the Raikage is like light speed or something like that. I don't necessarily see why this matters, but you know.
Alright, check evidence.
Okay.
It's kind of blurry. What the hell? Chrome. What the hell?
I'll send.
Wait,
I'll
where is
send
this? Where is this evidence?
It's in.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
I can't really read this.
Yeah, it's a
There
little
you
bit
go, dog.
blurry, but you know.
That one should be better.
Okay, cool. The Taijutsu Lariat has passed down in generations. It smashes into. It says the opponents while rushing almost the bait, almost at the speed of light. This means that the Raikage isn't light speed.
Yeah, he's around the speed of light, though. That's what it's in.
So that
that's
means
what it's
he's
saying.
okay. So that means he's relativistic.
Yeah.
How does this get Naruto to FTL if he blitz someone that's relativistic?
Okay, define relativistic real quick, because I've heard it tossed around, but I always figured it just meant light speed.
Relativistic means you're the low end of light speed. You're not casually light speed.
Okay.
And by the way, this is like a technique from the Raikage as well. So this
Yeah,
is not
that's
even the Raikage's like.
That's the technique he was using that Naruto dodged. Pretty sure.
Can you prove he did not use the lariat on Casey and Naruto? Not to mention actually I'm not gonna shotgun. I'm gonna say that after.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me check this because I'm pretty damn sure he did.
Yeah, he did not use the lariat. I'll actually show you the scan, actually. Like, I think I have it on hand. It is right around here. Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna show it to you in evidence.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, this is not the lariat.
Alright, so what makes the lariat make him move faster?
Well, considering it's a technique that he prioritized rather than his regular, movement. I believe it's a safe it's a logical interpretation that it's like a move that makes you move faster. Because if it's like just any old regular move, like it's just him like using his arm and just clotheslining you, I don't see a point in naming it or like making it like seem special. Like it's just a regular move.
Leaf Hurricane is just a kick. But what's the difference?
No, it's not. Leaf Hurricane is when you use body flicker and use like a certain technique with it.
Really? I remember all that.
You don't remember Lee like disappearing and then like reappearing on behind Sasuke and just using the Leaf Hurricane?
Does that prove that he used body flicker?
Yes. Do you know what body flicker is?
Yeah, I do. But another thing is though, like, disappearing and reappearing is often just a thing used in like anime just to convey someone being really fast or like way faster than the person they're fighting. So
is that shown in Naruto?
I mean,
like it shows it in anime, of course, but is it in Naruto?
Wait, hold on. So you're saying that it's body flicker just because he reappears and disappears, right? That's what you're saying?
When you go by the definition of what body flicker is, yes.
Alright. Sorry if I'm pulling a lot of scans, but I don't know.
Okay.
Just making sure I'm thorough.
Yeah. I'm also gonna like repost like my scale change so it don't get lost. So you can remember.
I know y'all got like 35 more minutes. 30 minutes.
Of the entire debate or the point?
Entire debate.
Alright. Can we like wrap this up in 2 minutes, like this point?
Oh, yeah, I guess we can. So, if we assume, right, that... Alright, hold on. I'm trying to get back to the scan.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about...
How long has it been, bro?
30 minutes.
Okay.
So could you not also argue that the reason Raikage uses Lariat is because it's like raw strength?
Um,
Like due to it being just stronger than a regular punch or a regular kick?
when you look at the what it says specifically, this power blows flesh and body with one elbow and causes a fatal wound. In the combination, well, when it implies rushing at almost the speed of light, I believe that they put that specifically in there to show like the Lariat's impressive speed along with his strength.
I could just be in there to...
So if it's just talking about like A's regular like movement speed plus the strength, it wouldn't have added the it makes him move at the speed of light. Like it's just pointless. If A is already like almost at the speed of light. They clearly put this in here to impress the audience how fast the Lariat makes you move.
Saying while rushing at almost the speed of light. So it could just be a testament to the user strength, user speed rather than the techniques.
Okay, it's simply talking about the technique itself and not A in general. Because it's not even talking about like A or B. It's saying the Lariat makes you move this way.
It isn't saying that the Lariat is making them move at the speed of light. It's saying that they are rushing at the speed of light to perform the Lariat.
So this power blows flesh. It says it smashes its arm in which a huge amount of chakra is loaded onto the base of the opponent's neck while rushing. Yeah, this isn't talking about A or B.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to.
Okay, so since it's not talking about it, it's simply talking about the Lariat, correct?
A and B are the only users, so it isn't relevant.
No, it's not. It says the Lariat has been passed down many generations.
The only users up top are A and B.
What'd you say?
The only users at the top are A and B.
The only users that's at the top?
Yeah, if you look at the top where the title is, you'll see user A 4th, killer B.
Oh yeah, it says that. Yeah, it says the specific users that we've seen. of course it's gonna show that part, and not the many that uses it. For example, we know that many Uzumakis use the Reaper Death Seal, but it only says like Minato is the user of it.
So why can't all of the previous users who are not stated to even use it, so we can't even quantify it, couldn't they just be relative to A and B in speed?
Couldn't they just be relative to A and B in speed?
Yeah.
Well, even if they were, it still wouldn't necessarily change anything. It would just simply mean that whoever uses it, basically is able to use this at almost the speed of light. So it would still go back to the lariat point.
Yeah, so you're saying they can use it at almost the speed of light. That doesn't say that it's making them move at the speed of light.
Yeah, it says the lariat puts, basically when you use the lariat, you use all of the chakra into your elbow, and while rushing at the speed of light, almost the speed of light.
Mm-hmm.
And even still, this doesn't really matter. Like, we kind of went over on this long tangent. It still doesn't prove that A is at the speed of light.
Yeah, even if he's relativistic, though, Naruto is clearly above him.
And yeah, he blitzes him. That doesn't get him to FTL.
You said he's low, that he's on the low end of light speed, correct?
Yes.
So how would that not be FTL?
If you're on the low end and someone just simply passes you, like let's say you're 20% of someone's strength, right? And someone of, let's say, 80% was able to go past this person, right? And is able to overpower this person because he's 80%. That doesn't mean that the person with 80% of someone's strength is significantly like faster than the person that we're talking about, the 100% strength. It just simply means that this person with 80% strength is far beyond the person with 20%.
So are you implying that the person with 100% would be just like, light speed regularly? The person with 80% would be Naruto, and the person with 20% would be Raikage? Is that what you're alluding to?
Yeah.
So why would you can't really quantify that the Raikage is that low of a percentile of light speed?
That's not my burden. You're trying to correlate him passing the Raikage who's on a low end to being faster than light. You would have to quantify that.
Take a look here.
Or get the Raikage to be like casually light speed. In order for this to make sense. And this is disregarding that Casey and Naruto was mentally amped, by the way.
You said you weren't going to indulge in that. I thought that's what you said.
Yeah. That's why I said I'm disregarding the fact. Anyways.
Alright, so I can't really find a clear definition of relativistic. That's weird.
Mm-hmm. When you look up relativistic, it basically describes only by the theory of relativity.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at like relativistic speed in miles per hour, and it's saying that relativistic speed is like about 500,000 miles per hour lower than light speed. So yeah, I guess it's kind of unquantifiable.
Yeah, so you can't really quantify it. But do you want to move on, because we only have like 20 minutes or 15 minutes left?
Yeah, that's fine. I guess I'll look at a different part of the scale.
Alright.
So, why is Neji relative to Lee?
We see him fight. Let me show you. Do you remember the fight with Neji, Lee, and Guy fighting Kisame?
Neji, Lee, and Guy fighting Kisame. Yes.
Yeah, they're able to like fight on the same level.
Wasn't that in like way before? Like in beginning of Shippuden?
Yeah.
Wasn't that also?
Hey, I'm gonna have to. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna have to go because I gotta make an important call. But y'all got like 25 minutes left. So
Alright.
Okay,
I'll be
cool.
back.
Alright, so what were you saying?
I was saying that the Neji thing you were talking about was like obviously beginning of Shippuden, so you can't really use it to quantify for the war arc since Lee could have just gotten way, way, way faster since then.
Yeah, but what's the substantiation on why Lee could have got way, way, way faster?
Because he's able to be relative to Guy here.
Why does that matter?
Because Guy got stronger.
You already conceded that Guy didn't get stronger.
No, since the beginning of Shippuden to the war arc.
And what is the evidence of that?
He's fought more. He fought like a lot of strong opponents since then.
Such as
the Kisame clone, such as... Hold on, it's skipping my mind right now. Like actually fighting Kisame, such as... what was the other guy's name? Yeah. That's good enough.
Why does him fighting twice mean he got any stronger?
Oh, I mean, also he trains like every day, every morning when he wakes up, you know? So you can just say that.
Yeah, to keep up physical peak. But you gotta prove that he would train to always get stronger and faster and muscle up.
Part of Guy's character that he always wants to surpass his limits.
That he always wants to surpass his limits.
Yes.
Well, did he get time to even try to do that?
I mean,
because Guy, like literally after this, has to go on some mission, like while they're fighting pain, and then right after that, starts up the war.
There are like three arcs between this like 30% Kisame clone fight and the pain arc.
What'd you say?
There are like 3 arcs in between the Kisame, the 30% Kisame fight and the pain arc.
No, it's not. Because the Kisame thing is the Datara arc. And then after the Datara arc comes the Kakuzu arc.
No. What are you talking about?
Yes, it is. When he fights Kisame, that was during the Datara arc. Was that not?
No, it was during the Kazekage rescue arc.
That's the Datara arc.
Oh.
I'm not talking about Datara versus Sasuke, by the way.
Well, let me map this out for you, all right? So in between, starting at Kazekage rescue arc. After that, there's Tenchi Bridge, Katsuki suppression mission, and then not Sasuke. Tachi pursuit. And then after that's the pain arc. That's 3 entire arcs before the pain arc even happens.
Yeah, in which we clearly see, right? Even between those arcs, Guy seems to still be at the same level, because when we see Kisame and Guy fight again, they literally clash and even out, just like they did originally.
Are you talking about when they fought like in the war countdown type area?
Yeah.
That was 100% Kisame, not 30%.
Why does he get weaker in strength?
Because he held 30% of his chakra.
Yeah, he's using 30% of his chakra to activate the clone.
Hmm.
But why is he only like 20% in chakra amount?
Okay.
Because you do know that you can use a small percentage of chakra to activate a big jutsu, right?
Yes, I understand that.
Yeah, so that Kisame clone can still be the same as, the original. Or stronger.
I feel like you can't really like substantiate that, can you?
Due to the nature of shadow clones simply being relative to the user, I would say that that's most likely the case.
What makes you think the shadow cloner is the same as the 30% clone?
As the 30% clone,
Yeah.
the only difference with the 30% clone is it takes 30% chakra to activate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it specifically says. So
Anyway,
the fact that they specifically said that and not anything else, there's no reason why we would assume a random possibility that he could be weaker than even a shadow clone.
I'm pretty sure it's stated that a shadow clone splits your chakra. Let me check that real quick.
That only applies to Hiruzen because Hiruzen has lower amounts of chakra. Because Hiruzen got too old to the point where splitting chakra actually splits like his life due to his old age. But we clearly see that that's not the case with, say, Tobirama, Minato. We don't see that happening with Naruto, obviously. And Kisame has like Biju levels of chakra. So
no, the difference is between Naruto and Hiruzen is Naruto has a giant monster constantly replenishing his chakra.
Kurama isn't replenishing his chakra.
I'm pretty sure it's stated, bro.
I do not remember that. From what I remember, it's actually siphoning Naruto's chakra, if I remember it. Which is why Naruto has a hard time controlling his chakra.
No, that's because it's affecting his chakra control. It's basically like you have your own like chakra signature. The Nine Tails was affecting his chakra signature, making it hard for him to mold jutsu.
Yeah. Either way, it doesn't really matter because it still like helps my argument.
What do you mean?
I'm saying the reason it's stated for Hiruzen is because Hiruzen doesn't have that much chakra compared to people like Minato or Tobirama or Naruto or Kisame, who has Biju levels of chakra.
Okay,
like we don't see the same energy that's happening to anyone else.
How does that change the core principle of the shadow clone jutsu?
I just explained it.
No, you're saying that Hiruzen has less chakra, therefore...
Yeah, it's saying it's affecting... They're talking about Hiruzen specifically. Mm-hmm. They're saying for him, it's taking his life away, like, piece by piece. It's only for him that it's, like, draining so much chakra from him.
Okay. So,
yeah,
okay,
so it doesn't apply to anyone else, especially Naruto. Or Kisame, who again has Biju levels of chakra.
What even makes you think that a shadow clone is relative to the user?
We see this many times. We see this with Naruto, obviously. We see this with Minato when he's like running alongside his shadow clones and is like throwing the kunai at the same speed rate. We just see this many times.
Oh, 1 second. Okay, so this all leads back to you're saying that 30% of Kisame is as strong as 100% of Kisame. Right?
There's no reason why we should say that it wouldn't. Honestly,
Only
it
has 30%.
just it just leads more to the idea that it does.
You understand that like more chakra often equals like more speed, correct? Like you can use the more chakra you have, the more you can divert to amping your speed, right?
No, just because you have more chakra doesn't inherently mean you would get more speed. Because we know that shinobi don't always use 100% of the chakra. In fact, they actually can't use 100% of their chakra. They can only use a certain amount that they can control.
Yeah, I understand that, but that doesn't change the fact that like you being at like a certain amount of chakra left can make you more like better in a fight, better stats wise than you having like 30% of your chakra left, for example.
Well, not inherently.
What do you mean?
Not inherently. Just because someone gets like 50% more chakra, that don't mean that they're gonna automatically be able to amplify themselves. Like, it doesn't correlate to that. It just means you will probably last longer, or you will have more endurance. Like, you can't put chakra as like a 1-to-1 scenario with strength, since we know that shinobi don't use 100% of the chakras, let alone the chakras that they can control, them amplifying that evenly across their own bodies.
Yeah, but the problem is chakra in Naruto basically like equalizes to like energy in real life. Like the less chakra you have, the less energy you have. The less energy you have, the slower you are. You agree with that, right?
No, because it's not a 1-to-1 scenario.
It doesn't matter if it's 1-to-1 or not. It's just one of those things where, okay, if you're like you have less energy, obviously you cannot run as fast. Obviously that isn't 1-for-1. Like obviously it's not like
if you have one less energy, there's no reason, since it's not a 1-to-1 scenario, it wouldn't affect you at all if you have one less energy.
This isn't one less energy though. It's a lot more than that.
Yeah, you're presupposing that the Hisame clone only has 30% chakra, which is not the case. It took 30% to activate it.
Yeah, does that not mean it
That
has
doesn't
30% chakra?
that doesn't mean it has 30% chakra. Then we already like go over like you can use 30% chakra to activate a jutsu that
thing.
Yeah. So do you want to like move on, because we actually have like 10 minutes?
Alright.
So is there anything else you want to scale?
Okay,
want to debunk?
Okay, we clearly see that KCM is relative to Obito.
EMS Sasuke. Oh,
Sorry.
you're talking about the war?
See,
he's able to react to him, but Casey and Naruto admitted that War Mask Obito is just simply too fast for him. So I would apply that would be like a pretty logical reason as to why I would put him over Casey and Naruto. Because just because you can like react to someone once doesn't mean you're like relative to them.
The problem with that is that the guy Naruto and Kakashi are all synchronizing attacks and fighting him evenly, like with even speed, like you were mentioning with Lee and Guy, similar to that.
Well, not exactly. Casey and Naruto fights War Mask Obito alone, and then as soon as Casey and Naruto get pinned to the ground, that's when like Guy charges in at War Mask Obito, and War Mask Obito passively like phase through it. And
Yeah.
Kakashi isn't really doing anything. All he's doing is like negating his Kamui. So like, it's not really.
So wait, what is
Good.
Guy? All right, but sorry. You show me the thing with KCM being admitting inferiority to Obito, like you said.
Okay. It should be around here. I think I have it on hand. Yeah, it's right here. Okay. Check evidence. It's on the left hand, like all the way to the left.
All right.
He says he can't get in a single attack.
It could just be because of Kamui. You hear me?
What'd you say?
Just be because of Kamui.
Well, we clearly see this being like a physical feat. Like Orange Mask, not Orange Mask, but White Mask Obito is like swinging at Naruto, and Naruto is constantly like having to block, and he's like, I can't get a hit in.
Yeah,
so this would be applying to him and his combat speed.
Could just be in this instance because he's applying pressure. Doesn't necessarily mean he's greater.
Wait, what do you mean?
If he's applying pressure to Naruto, that doesn't mean he's greater.
It does, because he admits that he's like really strong and he can't get a single attack in. When you use when you correlate the two together, it just means that he's just greater than him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it means that he can't get a single attack in because White Mask Obito is on the offensive and he can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, so you're saying that he's like applying a lot of pressure, which is allowing him not to be able to attack, right?
Yeah, he can't counterattack.
The same goes for like boxing or like any sort of physical activity in which you're applying pressure to the opponent. You can be completely relative and still applying pressure and not allowing them to get a hit in.
Yeah, but if they were relative, he would probably still get a hit in, since they have the same, if not relative, combative ability to each other. So it's basically who gets to hit first. So yes, that boxer would have a chance of hitting him. But Naruto's saying he can't do anything at all.
He didn't say I can't do anything at all. He's just saying I can't get a hit in.
Yes, that implies at all.
Well, no, I was just saying it wasn't that he couldn't do anything. It was just that he couldn't get a hit in.
Well, I'm talking about like his physical combat. He can't like get a hit in, like, at all.
Okay. So I understand we don't have much time left, but real quick, if I put a scale out there that puts MS Sasuke above, like, you know, obviously above this scale here, the scale presented. Like, you're saying that the maximum of the peak of the scale is Neji, Lee, Guy, and Obito, right?
No, it's Neji, Lee, Guy, Obito over KCM, Naruto, or relative, doesn't matter. And KCM Naruto is over MS Sasuke.
Yeah, so that's
if my scale chain breaks, then you just automatically win.
Sorry, hold on. Can you repeat that? I didn't hear.
If my speed scale breaks, then you automatically win.
If I were to put a scale out that puts him above the top of your scale, does that also...
That doesn't really... You can't really do that because all it just leads to is my character still being above that scale. If my scale went through. Because your character is linked to my scale. So if my scale goes through, no matter what you do, your character is still linked to my scale, in which mine would be over. Yeah. So, and then my win cons is Neji uses air palm, which would stop Sasuke's heart.
Yeah, could it break Susanoo?
This is if my character is faster than yours.
Okay. MS Sasuke can react to people who are faster than him.
In which instance? Well, he can react to people that's somewhat faster than him. Like, they're still relative. But that doesn't really prove anything. Because my character is just simply over.
But this is just a speed scale, right?
Yeah. I don't need to do AP since Neji has durability negation.
But the problem is the Susanoo. You're saying that... Okay, obviously you're saying
no,
that...
it's not. Look, I'm saying that my character is simply just over your character. And since if he's over, he would basically hit him before he gets the chance to use Susanoo. Sasuke uses the Susanoo when he's like relative to someone, in which someone is like somewhat faster than him, but not like they're still relative. So if my character is just much faster, or much faster than Sasuke, then all he needs to do is just air palming, which he probably wouldn't even be able to see, and then it just GG's.
Alright, so I have right here in the scan I sent evidence. There's V2 Raikage trying to attack Sasuke's Susanoo, right? And Sasuke reacts to that by putting Amaterasu on the Susanoo. So
no, he doesn't react to him. He activates Amaterasu, and the Amaterasu speed was at least somewhat to the Raikage. So no, this isn't Sasuke's reaction.
Hold on. Sasuke is the one putting the Amaterasu. How can it not be his reaction?
What'd you say?
Sasuke is the one putting the Amaterasu. How can it not be his reaction?
What'd you say?
Sasuke is the one putting the Amaterasu on the Susanoo, so how can it not be his own reaction, since he's the one applying the jutsu?
I'm sorry, I was low-key getting a phone call. Say that one more time.
Okay. Sasuke is the one applying the jutsu, so how can how can it not be his reaction?
You are aware that jutsus can be faster than a user, is it?
I don't know if that's stated for Amaterasu specifically.
No, it's just shown within this panel. He didn't even know the Raikage was behind him.
Yeah, so?
So, if he didn't know or wasn't even aware that the Raikage literally speed blitzed behind him, right, with his own eyes, meaning he got perception blitz, and Sasuke just activates the Amaterasu simply because he doesn't know where the Raikage is. So if he put Amaterasu around himself, he just can't get hit. Okay.
Yeah, but he's doing
that.
And
we see that the Amaterasu... Go ahead.
He's doing that in reaction to the Raikage speed. Obviously, he's not facing him, but he notices.
He's not looking at him either.
No, I'm trying to explain here. He obviously is not facing him, but his reaction to the Raikage dodging the initial Amaterasu is enough to realize, okay, I can see this guy, but so I'm like, alright, I gotta react to that by putting Amaterasu here, since he's faster than me. That's still a reaction.
That's just completely baseless. We don't even see an explanation mark by him. Like he's just completely unaware until he uses then he uses the Amaterasu, right? And then he just gets hit by it. There's no all of everything you're just saying right now is just baseless. Like there's no evidence that he actually noticed A being there.
There's an exclamation mark in the middle right panel on the left page.
Yeah, that's A's reaction. Oh wait, you're talking about Sasuke. Wait, this ain't the. Yeah, that's A. That's A's reaction.
You think? Why?
It's literally by him.
You understand that an exclamation mark, like a bubble, can be away from the character that it's talking about, but not be, that it's still talking about that character, right?
In which instance? Whenever we see an exclamation mark, it's usually around the character. It's nowhere inside of the character. It's literally by A.
So why would A be exclaiming?
Because he just saw Amaterasu go around Sasuke's body.
Wait, hold on. You see Sasuke looking at where A is in the bottom left panel.
Yeah, as soon as A stopped.
Okay. Wait, hold on. He stopped. What do you mean?
We literally see him put his foot down.
So what? Hold on. Let me pull up the entire. We don't have time, but
he put his foot down and he hesitated because he just saw Amaterasu flare up. So of course, A could have possibly slowed down his speed. Like if you start running, right? Let's say you're running, and then you all of a sudden see a giant fireball run towards your face. Are you gonna still keep going, or are you gonna try to stop yourself?
The problem with that is A is shown to be moving really, really fast, so you can't really equalize that to a human.
The point is you would try to stop yourself. So in A's case, he would probably try to stop himself, in which we see when he puts his foot down.
Couldn't that just be him walking? Putting his foot down there? I mean, I would have to pull up the actual chapter in order to know.
No, look. What I'm showing you here, right? He's bending his leg over. He's literally bending his leg. And then we see on the next panel, we see his foot, crush against the ground, right? Which is a showing of a halt. And then we see him stop and hit him with his arm, obviously. He then breaks through his arm and stops. I'll actually show you the next panel, because in the next panel he doesn't ram into Sasuke. He just stops and hits him. And Sasuke flies over. Where is this going? Fourth Raikage. This still proves my argument correct, because if he wasn't able to see A at all, and then we see that A puts his foot down, right?
And putting his foot down can just be him making another step.
Why would they specifically show him making another step? If he's not doing it. Wait, you gotta let me finish. Why would he be showing Raikage putting his foot down just randomly out of nowhere for no reason? if it wasn't to show that he's trying to make a halt. Because in this context, we see him have the exclamation mark, like he's like, whoa. And then we see him put his foot down. Right. So seeing those two, if you put those two together, from the looks of it, it looks like A was shocked to see such a big giant black flame all around Sasuke, and then he's putting his foot down to try to slow himself down. Like
Okay,
it's just accurate.
You can't really say that like the author has to put this in here to show a
I didn't
certain...
say you have to. I'm just saying it's implied or it's like logically shown. Because at the same time, right, there's no real reason or like a actual good enough explanation as to why Kishimoto would just simply show his foot for no reason whenever we see A or see any other character, he doesn't show someone's foot, like some random foot, unless it's just something important.
I mean, hold on.
Or something we need to take note of.
So you're saying that he wouldn't show them moving, like their foot, like making a movement, unless it were important?
I'm saying throughout the whole time we see Kishimoto, not Kishimoto, throughout the whole time we see Naruto, Kishimoto never like put a random drawing of someone's foot for no reason.
You'd have to basically like just show me every single fight in the whole series to even make that claim, though.
Okay. You actually want me to do that?
No, I don't, but the problem with that is you can't make that claim unless you do.
Okay. Let me go ahead and find instances.
Yeah, I mean, like, it could just be artistic choice.
Artistic choice. Well, mines have an actual basis to them.
Alright, what would you say?
Mines actually have a basis.
Yeah, but like at the same time, you can't like really say that your interpretation isn't any more likely than mine.
No, because we see that, for example, we know that if we know that A is cautious about the Amaterasu because it burns quote unquote forever, if that's in A's mind, and he somewhat sees Sasuke put all of that flames around his body, the same flames that A doesn't want on his body, and then we see in the next panel he puts his foot down. Logically, this would mean that A was trying to slow himself down so he wouldn't get hit by said flame.
A is probably the least cautious of Amaterasu of anyone we've seen in the entire series. He literally just punches right through it without even caring.
He does clearly care because he literally chops his arm off like after it. So
just so the fire doesn't spread. He still knows how it works, but that doesn't mean he's like not. It doesn't mean he's cautious of it.
It does, because if he tries to cut it off so he doesn't like get it all over his body, and then before that he tries to dodge the Amaterasu twice, that would mean he doesn't want that to get hit. I mean, it means that he wouldn't want to get hit with it.
But I mean, he clearly,
and that's all I simply need.
Clearly does, though, if he wants to if he actually punches the Amaterasu. Just because he doesn't. want
I already
to die
explained it.
doesn't mean he's like, okay, look, there's like different levels of caution. I'm sure you can assume that, right? I'm sure you know that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say here is that A is cautious of his life, but he's not cautious of, like, punching the actual thing, because he, like, just went right for it.
um, yeah, he can just go right for it, right? But at the same time, like before that, he could be shocked by this and still want to somewhat slow down from that,
Yeah.
and then later on say, you know what? Who cares? I'm gonna still hit through it. Because we clearly see he had a shocked expression on his face when he saw it. So
Yeah,
this could have gotten him off guard.
him being shocked doesn't mean he's cautious.
Yes, if he gets shocked that he's seen something that can kill him, and we clearly see that on his face, I think it's just pretty logical that it would catch him off guard with this.
I can't really get
Like
a good
either
view
way,
of
it just still leads to him being shocked and off guarded, and basically going slower than it's usual.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to say that, like, alright, so let's say it's really hard to make an analogy for this, but the problem is
because
that,
he literally stops. Like I can
No.
show you. I'm just doing this so I can speed this up because this is low-key getting too long. I'm just gonna show you. Like he literally stops. Like when you look at his form, like his attack form, in which like moving his body, we see he's bent over, right, in this scene. We see he's bent over in this scene, and then in this scene he's in an entirely new position, meaning he did stop.
hold on. I don't really see why this is a different position.
Look at the one all the way from this end. We
Yeah, I
see
see
his
that.
knee is up. Yeah, we see his knee is up, right? In this next panel, we see his knee is completely like not there.
Could just be because he's leaning into his attack, changing the position of his knee.
How can he do that if he was running towards Sasuke?
Because you change the position of your legs. when you're
Yeah,
running.
but he's okay. But the problem with that is, we see
Wait,
that
are y'all
he's bending. Yeah, unfortunately.
I was gonna say, the hour's already up, so I don't know where y'all at, but I'll just give y'all like another like 15
Alright.
to
All right,
wrap it up.
So we see him bending his leg, right? At this panel. In this small panel up there, okay. And we see that he's only a few inches away from Sasuke. If he was still running, how is he able to change his position in which his entire body is like completely out of the panel and hit Sasuke without stopping? Like it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so
Like he's literally up close to Sasuke. How is he able to do that? If he was still running.
So kind of hard to quantify the distance between them compared to the other one, because this next one is zoomed in. So you could just say that he's actually like a decent amount closer to where he did have time to do that.
No, because when we look at, if you look above and we see like the Raikage is like right behind him, we clearly see that both of them is drawn to where both of them is big enough, right? Because you are aware when you take pictures and something is far away behind you, you actually appear to be bigger in the camera screen than the other person. You're aware of that?
Yes.
So in this
Distance.
specific panel, they're both literally like there, like right there.
Thing is, though, distances between two things appear to be smaller the further away they are.
Yeah, that's true. That doesn't really mean anything in this one.
Yeah.
What I'm saying here is, hold up. What I'm saying here is, we see them both drawn at the same size, and his arm is literally a pixel meter behind the Amaterasu. Like they're literally really close to each other.
Thing is, though, you can like basically draw the same line. It's kind of hard to explain here. So the zoom here can still play a role in if the Raikage is like, okay, let's just say that in the first scan they're like 2 feet away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it might look like they're like the same distance away in the other one.
Can I precog you real quick?
Let me finish.
The problem, yeah, I'm just saying so I can wrap it up, because you're gonna say that it may look like they're close to each other, but they're essentially not, right? And I'm just gonna say that since we clearly see the Raikage's chakra, like his chakra cloak, is literally by the Amaterasu. I'm talking like it's basically touching. There's no way for you to say that they're close enough to in which the Raikage can run, because he's directly to him. We can like move on from this point and basically wrap it up. But that's just
we can move on from this. So
wait, what was this point? What before we move on? What was this point? Why does this even matter?
Yeah, I think it had to do with MS Sasuke being able to react to people who are faster than him.
Yeah, but you would have to like quantify it. Even still, you would have had to like quantify how fast he would have been able to react to people that's faster than him before you just get completely blitzed, or it just wouldn't really matter either way. So I don't even think this would help your case in either way. It's like, yeah, he can react to people that's faster than him. It's like, yeah, so what? It's like, how fast?
I don't really think you have to quantify that. If you know that he can react to people who are faster than him reacting to Neji, which you haven't even quantified, is how much faster than Sasuke, doesn't matter, does it?
I did. If KCM Naruto is above MS Sasuke, and then War Mask Obito is too fast for KCM Naruto to even land a clean hit on him, or even like counter hit his attacks, or like have the combative ability close to him, and then War Mask Obito scales to Guy, and then Guy scales to Lee, or Lee scales to Neji. I think that's a pretty clear like scale that says that Neji is just much above him.
Wait, does this even matter if... Okay, hold on. So the way you quantified Lee being relative to Neji was that in the beginning of Shippuden they were fighting evenly with Kisame, right?
We already like past this point. Like
I know. I was just moving back to it, so I'm just trying to,
Yeah, I'm saying that they're like they have the relative combative ability, and they're basically the same speed relative.
Okay,
and then go ahead.
That was also multiple arcs before, so you can't say that they're equal in the war arc. Reborn.
Give me a minute. Repeat that.
I was saying that Neji is relative to Lee in the very beginning of Shippuden can't apply for, or could not apply for War Arc because
Yeah, you're backtracking.
yeah, I know I'm backtracking, but I wasn't complete with this point. We moved on from it and got sidetracked. I wasn't able to articulate at the time.
Yeah, that means you backtracked. You're backtracking right now. We already moved on from that point.
No, I got distracted. That's why.
It wasn't even a distracted. Like I actually remember. I said like, "Do you want to move on?" Because we have like 25 minutes left. And then we just moved on.
No, I got
because the
distracted
whole
by
point.
it.
Hold up, because the whole point was whether Lee and Guy was like the same speed, right? And then you said, "Oh well, Neji being scaled to Lee, isn't that like many chapters ago?" And then I said yes. And then that's when I asked you, that's when you asked me, why is he like, I don't think you said why is he the same speed, but you said they could have got stronger, or and that's something along with that. And I said, what's substantial reason as to why they got stronger? And then you said, well, Lee scales to Guy. And then that's when we went on that Guy tangent.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get to I was doing a different point with the same comparison here.
Yeah, that's backtracking.
You like, hold on. Here's what I'm trying to do here. So I'm trying to say that I was distracted by something else.
By the way, y'all have 4 minutes left, bro. This debate should have
I'm
wrapped up
trying to like hurry up and speed through this.
CJ, I got it. I'm moderating.
Like this is just complete backtrack. Like I don't want to like go back to this point.
Yeah, I'm just trying to say that I was distracted by the Guy thing, and it doesn't really matter.
But you the one who brought it up.
Yeah, I know. I distracted myself. Doesn't matter. Anyway.
But yeah. Anyways, we can actually. I think we can like conclude here, unless you want to like quantify how fast MS Sasuke can like react to people that's like faster than him.
Hold on.
Because from what we see, all it can mean is that he can react to people that's faster but still relative to him. But since I already quantified my character to be beyond like KCM Naruto, and then with KCM Naruto being like just much inferior to War Mask, like in every way, like he couldn't really swap hands or nothing. And then War Mask scales to Lee, and then Lee scales to Neji. This is just substantial like speed tearing that would just put him above MS Sasuke to a point where he's just unable to react. Especially since we already like I don't think you like contest to KCM Naruto just being much above MS Sasuke.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that, but
yeah, because you even admitted yourself like KCM Naruto blitz A and then A just
so is there really anything wrong with me just keeping with the Neji relative to Lee point? I just wasn't able to get my argument fully out there, that's all. I understand it's backtracking, but is that like starkly against, like,
I would say yes, simply because it's just gonna go back to a tangent. I can already see that happening, or it's gonna be like a really long, like drawn out argument over it. And since we only have like 4 minutes, I don't really want to go through all that.
Yeah, the thing is though. Okay. I don't really think it would be drawn out. Okay, alright, how about this? Here's the deal. I'm gonna set a 4-minute timer right now. And if this isn't over in 4 minutes, you win the debate. Fair?
The timer's already been going. Y'all got like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like y'all explaining this
Basically, already
is still
made
taking time away from what y'all are doing.
I tried to make the deal that like if my scale chain just breaks, he automatically wins. But you know, like if he was able to like break my speed scale. But yeah. It already like went over win cons. Like he just uses air palm to stop his heart. Which Sasuke probably wouldn't even be able to see. So he wouldn't even defend himself against it. Not to mention it's presupposing that like MS Sasuke will even start off with Susanoo. Which he doesn't.
Yeah, I understand that.
So this is just a Neji dub.
Damn it. I just wish I could freaking... I just be moving on from points too quick, I guess.
Yeah, you do that a lot. Also, you allow me to put all of my burdens onto you.
Hey, bro, are y'all finished with the debate?
Yeah,
Y'all are just talking at this point.
Yeah, no, we're finished. But I can see
y'all
you whenever.
Y'all want to do conclusions or no?
Yeah, sure, we can conclude.
You already
Conclude and then I'll learn.
Nigga, he just.
Oh, you already said he conceded?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Alright. So